Hey fellow beaters, it's JP and I have a new tutorial for you. It's a pair of earrings. I couldn't help it. I had to make a pair of earrings to go with the checkerboard bracelet. So if you haven't seen this tutorial, it came out in the previous video that I put out. I will have a link in the description box to the tutorial if you would like to see it. But here are my checker box earrings. Hope you like them. So what you're going to need are 24 super duos. I have them in 2 colors. So 8 of one color and 16 of the other. Or sorry, no, I lied because I forgot about these 2 up here. So it's actually 26 super duos. You can do it in 1 color or 2 colors. It's up to you. This is chalk red and this is jet black. You're also going to need 10 bicones. So these are 4mm bicones and the color is cream opal and they are from Potomac Beads. They're the ones that have that color, I think. I'm sure you can find them somewhere else too, but those are from Potomac Beads. This color of seed bead is light champagne. It's Miyuki. You should be able to also use, it's Duracoat galvanized light champagne, I should say. You should be able to use Tohos too, but these are Miyukis in case you're wondering. So those are the 4 colors. I've also used 6-pound fire lines. So you'll need about 18 inches to make the earring. So to make 1 earring, that is. And a couple of ear wires. And you should be good to go. So let's get started. Alright, so to begin our earring, what you're going to do is pick up an 11, then 3 super duos. So in this case, I've got 2 colors that I'm doing, so color A, color B, color A, and then you start again with the 11 and then 3 super duos, and again 11, 3 super duos. And so basically you're going to do this 4 times. You have 4 sets, so 4 11s and a set of 3 super duos in between. I bring this down. Excuse me. Bring this down to the end of your thread and tie a knot. So this is what you want, and all I'm doing is just tying. You want it tight, but not so tight that the super duos don't move very easily. So you just want to be careful of that. So nice ring. So, and you should see that the super duos are still moving about. Now what you're going to do is I'm in between the super duo and the 11 here, as you can see. So I'm going to just continue through to the next 2 super duos. Just like so. Alright, now the black super duos are going to be in the center, so I'm going to switch to the 2nd hole of my super duo. And then I'm going to pick up an 11 and I'm going to go into the next black super duo, or color B in your case, depending on whatever colors you're using. Just like so. And then repeat an 11, and you're going to go into the super duo. And you just want to start pushing these towards the center. And they're not going to really want to stay. So don't worry about that until we are done, because we'll go back through the beads to reinforce. Then once again, go ahead and pick up an 11 and go into the super duo. And one last time, we're going to connect all of the super duos together, the black ones, or color B, and go through. So push everything into the center and give your thread a good tug. So, and there you have it. There is the center. Super duos are all connected. And go ahead and reinforce. Alright, so you want to exit out of a super duo, so I'm actually coming out of the black super duo. I guess you can't really tell with the thread being the same color, but that's what you want to do. And then switch into the second hole of the super duo and then continue through to the other super duos. In this case, in my case, it's going to be red, so color A. And then switch to the second hole of this super duo. Alright, so note that so between these two super duos, it's a super duo. And so in this case, you want to start with 2 11s and go into the next one. Next super duo, that is. And my tail thread just got caught there, so I just want to pull that loose. Alright, so you're alternating, so now you're going to pick up an 11, the bicone. Oh, my bicone's out of frame. There's the bicones. My bicone and my 11. So you'll need those 3 beads, and you're going to go into the next super duo. And note that between the 2 red super duos is a seed bead, and that's when you pick up and add the bicones and the seed beads versus the seed beads alone. So in this next one, see there's that super duo, so it's time for 2 11s here. And then you're just alternating between adding the seed beads and bicones and the seed beads alone. So 11, bicone, 11, and into the next super duo. And now just 11s by themselves. And now it's 11, bicone, and 11. And now just 11s. Ooh, that 11's really, really tiny. I want them to kind of be even in size. And go into the next super duo. And my thread. And last time. So now I'm going to go into the super duo, but I'm also going to continue until I come out of the 11s. But there, I went through the 2 11s. And then I'm going to continue forward through the super duo and the 11. And so at this point, this is what you should have. Now what I'm going to do is pick up I'm going to pick up 4 11s, a super duo, and then another 11, and then a bicone, and then 4 11s. Okay, so just to recap, I've picked up 4 11s, a super duo 11, a bicone, and then 4 11s. So now I'm going to skip over these 4 11s and I'm going to go back through the bicone. Alright, and just going to bring everything as close together as possible. And one way to do that is to hold on to these 4 beads here and then tug on the thread, and that should bring everything. It'll remove the slack in the thread. Alright, so now pick up an 11 and go through this other hole of the super duo. So note how I'm going through this other hole as opposed to the one that I came up through. So this is what you should have, and then I'm going to pick up 4 11s, not 5, 4 11s, and then go through this 11 over here and into the super duo. So this is what you should get. So now we need to come back up and go back up through the beads, and also I need to make this diamond shaped pattern that I usually do over here for the ear loop, or the ear wire loop I should say. So switch to the second hole of the Super Duo, and then go through the 11 like I am there. Then go into the Super Duo here. And now switch to the other hole of the Super Duo, and we're going to go up the seed beads here. Alright, so note I went through all the seed beads, so all 5 seed beads, the Super Duo, and the 11. Now up into the bicone, and into my first seed bead. So if you're right-handed, you'll go towards the one on the right. I'm left-handed, I'm going to the one on the left. Now go ahead and pick up an 11, go into the next 11, and again pick up an 11, go into the next 11 over here, and one more time you're going to pick up an 11, go into the 11, and then you're going to go directly across. So here's where you're coming out, you're going to the 11 that is exactly across, and you're going to reinforce all of the 11s in this ear wire loop. So see what I did there? I'm just going up into those two 11s. And then up the next two 11s. And then the next two 11s. And into the 11, the last 11 here. And if you can, go into the bicone. If not, that's the next step. Now continue into the bicone. And then into the 11. Right there. Then into the Super Duo, and I'm going through all of these beads on the side here. So all the beads, and the Super Duo and all the 11s is what I'm trying to say. Alright, there we have it. So now I'm going to tie off. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the Super Duo and the next two 11s. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to get through both 11s. Okay, so go ahead and make a loop. We're doing a 1/2 inch knot. And then go through the Super Duo and the next 11. My thread just wrapped around, so I'm just gonna, there we go. Now go ahead and make a loop again between the 11 and the bicone. And my third knot is going to be between this next 11 and Super Duo. And then just weave away the thread, and we are going to trim. Okay, so what I want to do is actually go through the bicone, but my needle, there we go. Had to give it a little wiggle. And I'm going to go ahead and trim. So get rid of my tail thread there. And add the ear wire, which I have right here. So I'm just gonna put that through. Okay, gotta tighten that because otherwise it's gonna angle there. Funny. Okay. And there it is. There are my 2 earrings. So pull away a little bit. Okay, so there is my checker box earrings, and of course here is the bracelet once again. I will have the link, as I said earlier, in the description box if you haven't seen the bracelet tutorial. But there you go, got a little matching set going. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so, because I'm putting out tutorials about 3 times a week now. So I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.